Hello, Komal. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So, as there are lack of students, it's already 6 minutes we have crossed. So, just wait for some time and we will start. Have you gone through yesterday's lecture?
Um, Sir, I have gone, but I have only attend half. matlab,
Okay. Okay, it's okay. We will today discuss the natural law of cure. Similia similibus curentis. Okay. Just take some time and we will start. So I think we should start now. Okay. Let others join, and they may see the records also. Dealing with the nature's law of
Nature's
cure.
law.
So here we are. Uh, First, go to the paragraph number 77 of introduction. Uh, if you have numbered your paragraph, then it will be easier to locate the paragraph number 77 in introduction. Uh, it is in my book. It is page number 25, second paragraph there, where the mixture discussion ends. Just the last paragraph of that chapter, mixture chapter, and you will get a reference to the only therapeutic law conformable to the nature, similia, similibus, curanter. Okay, got it? Similia, similibus, curanter. Okay, now as we have since that class where there was discussion regarding academic and uh, clinical purpose of organon, so we are just little bit including some academic part also. This is nothing to do with our practical application of homeopathic philosophy in our clinics, day-to-day clinics, whether you will be asked question whether there is curanter or curanter. Okay, you will be asked question like this. Similia, similibus, curanter, okay,
Okay, sir.
or or curanter. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so this E and this A difference. What if we are using? Whether we are using A or E. Whether we are telling currenter, okay, whether we are telling currenter or curanter, A. So
Currenter.
remember here what you find, what you are finding, what you are finding in the introduction.
Currenter. E.
It's E. Okay. So
E.
it's always E. Curanter. Handyman always uses this form. Okay. Curanter. And that was original from the Hippocrates. The original was this. Curanter. Okay. So what is the difference between this one is a statement. Similia, similibus, curanter. That means like, cured, like. Okay, that means it is a statement. Like, cured, like.
Like.
Okay, this is a
Yes, sir.
statement. This is the original law of Hippocrates in found in Hippocratic writing. But Hahnemann always uses this currenter E. This is an imperative form of this statement. This is an imperative form of that statement. This means this currenter means let likes be treated by likes. Okay, let like be treated. This is imperative form. What is imperative sentences? Where you are giving order or request. Okay, so this is
Yes, sir.
a imperative sentence that let this be the only mode of treatment. Okay, that was the statement. Like cures like, and this is a imperative action doing. Okay, let like be treated by like. Similia, similibus, currenter. E. There is a difference. So this is all about theoretic organon, which is of no value for all of our practical purposes, but still you will be asked question regarding this. Hahnemann uses what? Whether, and you will get question on this in your MD examination also. Okay, that is so pathetic. Still, you need to know just for your academic purpose. It has no practical application in your day-to-day clinic. Clear? So this difference, I hope it is clear. Now, just come to aphorism number 6. Aphorism number 6. Just note it
The
down. Some more academic point I have derived. Just note it down. In the first edition, he was telling it as a guide. Okay, he was telling it as a guide to the way of healing. In the second, third, and fourth edition, he was telling it maxim, maxim, maxim. To fourth edition, he was telling it maxim, and from fifth edition onward, he was telling it the only therapeutic law conformable with the nature. What the statement we are getting in the introduction. Okay. Now, just go to aphorism number 26 and read it.
This depends on following homeopathic law of nature, which was sometime indeed vaguely surmised but not hitherto fully recognized, and to which is due every real cure that has ever taken place. A weaker
Okay.
dynamic
Hitherto,
as
what this finishes here. Hitherto means हिथेरोटो मीन्स अब तक जितना भी हुआ है अब तक हिथेरोटो अब तक till now it means till now it was not fully recognized, but whatever cure have been taken place in the annals of history, this is because of this similarity that we have discussed already in introduction. I am telling you the let me tell you the paragraph. Okay, and you will get paragraph number 80. Go to paragraph number 80. In all ages, the patient who have been really rapidly, permanently, and obviously cured by medicine. Okay, not under three circumstances we have counted that these are the three circumstances which are exceptions to that, and whoever have been cured rapidly and permanently, this was due to this similar relation between the medicine and the disease. Okay, so this is the second part. First part of the sentence telling that it has not been summarized. Before it was present, people knew that. Similia, similibus, curanter. People knew that, curanter, but it was not present in the imperative form. Call to action was given by Hahnemann. Call to action, that let it be cured. Let like be cured by like. This is the call to action. Okay. So similia, similibus, curanter. Hahnemann have changed that ranter to enter. Okay. So this is in the second paragraph, Hahnemann is giving the therapeutic law of nature. Why is this calling as law of nature? Because we have seen in aphorism number 80, the discussion was there that wherever and whenever the cure is taking place in the annals of history, if these are not due to these exceptional conditions, fortuitous cure, some saint have cured, some acute disease was cured spontaneously. If it was not due to these conditions, it was always, if it was rapid, it was permanent, if it was permanent and complete, it was always due to this law, this similar relation between the disease and the drugs. Okay, so this is the law of nature. Why it is being called therapeutic law of nature? Whenever the cure is possible in the nature, even if the natural diseases, what we will see further, if the natural diseases, if the smallpox is curing the blindness, if the smallpox is curing the tumefication of the genitals, it is due to that only similar relation between them. Okay, so this is the therapeutic law of nature. Okay, this is write this, just read this.
Sir, 80 para,
Huh?
uh,
No, no, not
para
25,
number.
26. 26.
Okay.
Aphorism 20. Come to aphorism
Okay.
number 26, second part.
A weaker dynamic affection is permanently extinguished in the living organism by a stronger one. If the latter, which is different in kind, is very similar to former in its manifestation.
Okay, while differing in kind, underline this, underline dynamic affection, underline living organism, underline a stronger one, then differing in kind, very similar to former in its manifestation. The whole, actually the whole law you need to remember for your Viva examination. Okay, but you have to tell these key points. Differing in kind, a stronger, it should be stronger, and it should be a differing in kind. What does this mean? This is should be same, not as, should be similar, not the same. Okay, it should be similar. Isopathy is not encouraged in homeopathy. Okay, isopathy is not being encouraged in homeopathy. We will see to that discussion also. Okay, how we are using isopathy in homeopathy. Okay, so while differing in kind, sources are different, the sources are different. One is caused by some morbific agents, and our medicine is producing such and such symptoms. Okay, arnica, a patient with a blow producing symptoms of arnica, and our arnica in the provers have produces that symptom. So if I am giving arnica, that blow, natural blow in the patient will be cured. The reaction to that natural blow in the patient will be cured. So differing in kind but similar in manifestation. Differing in kind but similar in manifestation. Okay. There is a footnote where Hahnemann have given so many examples. Okay. Around 7 to 10 examples are given. You will read it by yourself and you will understand. Okay. The moral maladies are also given here. जैसे दूसरे का गम देख के अपना गम भूल जाना. ओके, दूसरे का गम इतना ज्यादा हो गया कि हम अपना गम भूल गए. People are saying, one of the example you can easily correlate that when people are sad, okay, they will listen to sad musics. Okay, so that will acting as similia. The sad music is, if a happy person is listening to that sad music, that will do what? That will make him sad. But if a sad person is listening to a sad music, that will annihilate his sadness. Okay, so there are some examples are given, very easy examples are given, what are available in the nature. Okay, already available in the nature. One example in aphorism number 264, I think, is given, or here, maybe here, that a candle is not visible in the daylight. A candle is not making it whole, making it light to the whole in the daylight, but when it is darkness, it is giving. So the in the sunlight, it is extinguished by itself, though it is there, but in the sunlight, it is not giving light. Okay, due to its similarity. Okay, so that some easier examples are given here, and this law of nature was the first thing. Altogether, there are, we know that 7 cardinal principles are there in homeopathy. Okay, number 1 of that is similia similibus curantur. Okay, next was simple, next was single. Okay, law of simplex, law of single, these are the law. Next are the theory of vital force, theory of chronic diseases, doctrine of vital force, and doctrine of drug dynamization. Okay, and okay, so this theory, this similia similibus curantur was there from the very beginning. Okay, Similia similibus curanter was the fulcrum around which all the this is coming. All the laws are coming. Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
sir.
so this was the fulcrum. This is the basic. How others are being added, that how simple are being was added, how single was added. First minimum was coming. Okay. After Similia, when Hahnemann started to get this aggravations, homeopathic aggravation, Similia was discovered in 1790, and Hahnemann started to have aggravation. So he reduces the doses. He was reducing the doses, and it becomes minimum. Law of minimum. Okay. Then law of single. Okay, law of simplex was coming. Law of simplex, we have discussed that how AGD advised Hahnemann to give two medicines at a time. Okay, and that was refused in the 6th edition, that no, in no case two medicines are needed, only one medicine is needed. Hahnemann accepted that in 5th edition, that there may be a need of two medicines at a time. Okay, and that was later on we have read in lesser writing of Kent, that synthetic prescription about natrum sulf, about calcarea sulf. Okay, that some features of calcarea, some feature of sulfur, and we can prescribe calcarea sulf, some feature of aurum and some feature of sulfur, and we can prescribe aurum sulf. So this is not the violation of doctrine of simplex, but it is aurum sulf which has been proved, which was proved in the prover, and it was developed in a medicine. That is why it was uh, applicable as a single medicine. Okay, we have all discussed these in previous classes. Okay, so this is how the law of simple was coming. Okay, then doctrine of this vital force, doctrine of drug dynamization, okay, theory of vital force, theory of chronic diseases came into being one by one after Harriman faces difficulty, and he was going on adding on. Okay, so this is aphorism number 26, Similia similibus curanter. Nothing more to be discussed here. Go to aphorism number 27. Okay,
The
read
curative
aphorism.
power of The curative power of medicine therefore depends upon their symptoms, similar to the disease but superior to its strength. Aphorism 12 to 26. So that each individual case of a disease is most readily, radically, rapidly, and permanently annihilated and removed only by a medicine capable of producing in the human system in the most similar and complete manner the totality of its symptoms, which at the same time are stronger than the disease.
Okay, just go to content of aphorism number 27.
The curative power of medicine therefore depends on the symptoms they have similar to the disease.
And this here you can add the stronger curative power. Also, not it should be similar, but it should be stronger also. Okay, in the content you can add it should be stronger also. Okay, now come to 27. Depends on their symptoms, similar to disease, but superior in strength. Underline this: superior in strength. It not always to be similar, but it should always be of superior in strength, a stronger one than the natural diseases. Okay, come to aphorism number 28. This is a preamble to aphorism number 29. What have been discussed in aphorism number 29 is the modus operandi. Is it not? In
Yes, sir.
aphorism number 29, what have been discussed? The modus operandi. Okay, just
Hmm.
go on reading aphorism number 28.
As this natural law of cure uh, manifests itself in every pure experiment and every true observation in the world, the fact consequently established. It matters little what may be scientific explanation of how it takes
Underline this.
place.
It matters little what may be scientific explanation how it takes place. Underline this.
And I do not attach much importance to the attempts made to explain it, but the following view seems to command itself as the most probable one, as it is found on premises derived from the experiment experience.
Okay. Okay. Now this 29 is modus operandi. Write it here. 148 is also a modus operandi. 282 is also a modus operandi. 282, 148, and to some extent aphorism number 67. Sorry, aphorism number to some extent aphorism number 68. Aphorism number 68. So what all aphorisms we are getting? 148, 282, okay, and aphorism number 68 and 29. These are all modus operandi. Okay, how homeopathic cure is taking place. Now there was a aphorism, there was a paragraph in the introduction also that was also modus operandi. Okay, just refer to that. I just do not remember that where it was, but there was. Okay, there was a paragraph. I just forgot. It's not written here. So this is how homeopathic cure takes place. Okay, how homeopathic cure takes place is the modus operandi. Just read it.
As every disease not strictly belong to the domain of surgery depends
Again,
only on.
Again, underline this, not strictly belonging to the domain of surgery. Wherever Hahnemann is mentioning this, he is excluding the surgical diseases. Same thing we have seen in aphorism number 13, same thing we have seen in aphorism number 186, same thing we are seeing here, same thing we have seen in introduction. Okay, wherever Hahnemann is classifying or giving the description of disease, he is just excluding the surgical diseases. Okay, and that is why these surgical diseases, we need to understand what are the surgical diseases. Okay, now go on.
Depends only on a peculiar morbid rearrangement of our vital force in sensation and functions. When homeopathic cure of vital force rearranged by natural disease is accompanied by the administration of the medical agent selected on account of accurate similarity of a symptom, a somewhat stronger, similar artificial morbid affection is brought into a contact with and as it were pushed into the place of the weaker, similar natural morbid irritation against which the
Now
instinctive.
underline this. Up to this underline. An accurate similarity, a somewhat stronger from here, a somewhat stronger similar artificial morbidity affection is brought into contact with and as it was pushed into place of weaker similar and natural morbid irritation against the bus morbid irritation up to this. Okay, now read.
Instinctive vital force now merely, though in a stronger degree, medically this disease is then compelled to direct an increased amount of energy, but on
Underline
account.
this. Instinctive vital force now merely medicinally diseased. Now merely medicinally diseased. Underline this.
Is then compelled to direct an increased amount of energy, but on account of shorter duration of the action of the medicinal agent that now
Underline this.
morbidly affect it.
Shorter duration of the medicinal agent.
that now morbidly affects it. The vital force soon overcome this, and as it was in the first instance relieved from the natural morbid affection, so it is now at last freed from the substituted artificial medicinal one, and hence is enabled against to carry and healthy the vital operation of the organism.
Okay.
This
Okay.
high
This stop here. This carries a footnote here. Shorter duration of the action. Why there is shorter duration of the action? What is happening here in the organism? This is all the theoretical explanation. Okay, highly probable explanation. We don't know what actually is happening. But suppose this was the vital force and this was the disease. This was the vital force and this was the natural disease. Now we are giving a medicinal disease over this natural disease. As this is stronger according to law, we have already given the law. As this is stronger but similar, what it will do, it will extinguish it, and the vital force is now being diseased with this only, with this. And what is it? It is the medicinal disease. It is medicinal disease, and this medicinal disease, as we are giving the minimum dose, regulating the doses, this medicinal disease will not last longer without the constant support. We have seen the chronic China malady where the similar medicines are given in stronger doses, larger doses, not smaller. In homeopathy we are giving smaller doses, minimum doses. Okay, so this will not last longer. But even if you are giving your medicine in large doses or in frequent repetition, that will create artificial medicinal diseases that is equal as the chronic artificial diseases. We have read about artificial chronic diseases due to allopathic art. The artificial chronic diseases may be produced by homeopathic art also. When when the medicines are given in large doses, in high potencies, in repetitions, okay, you will get patients in your clinic giving symptoms, out and out symptoms of lycopodium, and you will be surprised to find that the patient was taking the lycopodium 200 for years together, and a disease, medicinal disease, is now capturing the organism, and that is incurable. Okay, so here in modus operandi, what is happening here? What is happening? The thing is that the medicinal disease have replaced the natural disease. Natural disease is cured, gone according to law of nature. Okay, a weaker dynamic affection is replaced by a stronger similar affection. Now vital force is medicinal disease. Now as this medicinal disease has a cut of supply from the outer source, this medicinal disease will go by itself and the vital force will remain without any disease. Vital force will remain without any disease. Okay, so this is the explanation of cure taking place, and the same explanation you will get in the introduction, in the aphorism 148, in the aphorism number 282. Okay, and in the aphorism number 68. Write it down there. And this what have been explained. Okay, what we have called, what we have done, vital force was covered with disease. Okay, disease, what happened? A medicine comes similar in nature but stronger. This is medicine. What will happen? This disease will no longer be there. Now, as this medicinal disease has no constant supply from outside, okay, due to smaller and minimum doses, smaller and minimum doses, so it will go on by itself, leaving the vital force healthy. Okay, so three steps we have explained. how the cure is taking place. This is nothing to do with our clinic. Okay, this is not clinical organon. This is theoretic organon. This is highly probable explanation, and these explanations are based on following maxioms. Read that line. Okay, before that, read the footnote.
The short duration of action of artificial morbic, morbific force, which we
What is
term
artificial
medicine.
morbific forces? What is artificial morbific forces?
Medicine. Uh,
Very good. These three words are being used for a single word. Okay, medicine. So this is a pattern of organon you will encounter everywhere. So medicine.
which we term medicine, make it possible that although they are stronger than natural disease, they can be yet be much more easily overcome by the vital force than can the can be weaker natural disease, which solely in consequence of longer, generally lifelong duration of the action. Soda syphilis psychosis
Underline this.
can
Underline this. Medicinal diseases was actually stronger, but it was of shorter duration. Okay, so it was not actually it was not overcome by the vital force, but it was like acute diseases. It was going on by itself. It was extinguishing by itself. Okay. Now,
can never be
here the natural diseases are longer, generally lifelong duration of their action. Underline that. And in bracket, Hahnemann mentioned Sora, syphilis, and psychosis. This in aphorism, first time this term, Sora, psychosis, and syphilis are being used in the aphorisms. Okay. Next.
can never be banished or and extinguished by it alone until the physician affect the vital force in a stronger manner by an agent that produces a disease very similar but stronger to with a homeopathic medicine, which when taken or smelled is an
Underline
as
this.
is.
Smell. So, do you know that homeopathic medicines can be smelt also?
Yes, sir.
Olfaction. Okay. Do you
Yes.
have any experience of giving medicines in olfaction?
I have heard a case of amyl nitrosamine when a person have a epileptic attack.
Okay, that was amyl nitrosamine. There are, and what is the best route of administration?
Olfaction.
Olfaction. Very good. And still, yet we are not using this route, olfaction. Okay, but the olfaction is one of the best route for administration of medicine. Go on. Underline this as smelt. Okay. Next.
Is as it were forced upon the unintelligent, uninstinctive vital force and substituted in the place of the forward natural morbid affection, by which means the vital force then remain merely medicinally ill, but only for short time, because the action of the medicine, the time in which the medicinal disease excited by it run its course, uh, does
This is
not
action
last
of
long.
medicine. What is the action of medicine? The time in which the medicinal disease excited by it run its course. Underline. Does not last long because of its shorter duration. So this was aphorism number 29 footnote. Now this is last sentence of the aphorism number 29. This highly probable explanation of the process rests on following laws. This I am giving this explanation. This is because of these laws which I am going to correlate. Now go to aphorism number 30.
The human
First,
body
go to content and
appears.
you will see. Go to content and you will see 30 to 33. 30 to 33.
The human body is much more disposed to let its state of health be altered by medicinal force than by natural disease.
This is the summary of these three aphorisms. This is the summary. Okay, these three aphorisms which Hahnemann is calling at the following maxiom. Now read aphorism number 30.
The human body appears to admit of being much more powerfully affected in its health by medicine, partially because we have regulation of growth in our own power by the natural morphic stimuli, for natural diseases are cured and overcome by suitable medicine.
Okay, two things are here mentioned. Human body appears to admit being much more powerfully affected by health itself by medicines than by natural stimuli. Underline this. Much more powerfully affected in its health by medicine than by natural morbid stimuli. Okay, and this is because we can increase the dose partly, and we will read more about it. The medicines can affect more the human body than the natural stimuli. Natural stimuli may affect or may not affect, but medicines have to affect. If a weaker medicine, a weaker dose is not giving action, we will give much stronger dose to affect the healthy system. Uh, Now, for natural diseases are cured. Acha, why this is one example of that? That natural diseases are cured and overcome by suitable medicines. Why medicines are stronger than natural diseases? One of the reason is that they can cure the natural diseases. Okay, and in footnote, uh, here you will get the same footnote of 29, what was given in the 6th edition. Now go to aphorism number 31.
The inimical force, partially psychical, partially physical, to which our terrestrial existence is exposed, which are termed morphic noxious agents, do not possess the power of morbidly rearranging the health of human unconditionally. But we are
Okay, do
made
not
ill by.
unconditionally underline this. Do not unconditionally. Do not act unconditionally. Just do not and unconditionally underline these two words.
But be made
Okay.
ill by them when our organism is sufficiently disposed and susceptible to attack of morphic cause that may be present and to be altered in its health, be arranged and made to undergo abnormal sensation and function. Hence, they do not produce disease in everyone nor at all time.
So natural morphic agents which are partly psychical and partly physical. Okay. Natural morphic agent which are partly psychical, partly physical. Give me a minute. Underline partly psychical, partly physical. Underline this. What is psychical and what is physical we have discussed elsewhere. Okay, what is psychical and what is physical we have discussed this. Don't we? Have we discussed this?
Yes, sir.
What is causation? What are the physical causation? What are the psychical causation?
Um,
Psychical causation includes stress, emotion, grief,
mm,
anger,
mm,
mortification. These are the natural morphic agents, psychical in nature. Okay, and physical, raining. Okay, a sort of
rain,
dissipation, a sort of overeating. Okay, a sort of overindulgence. Okay, these are physical. Getting wet in rain, these are the physical morbific agent. But still, two-person went on to get wet in the rain, but one person caught the fever, other not. This was because that rain was not acting, that natural morbific agent was not acting unconditionally. It cannot produce disease in every person in every time. Okay, in every person every time it cannot produce unconditionally, but medicine can produce. Two persons taking rust off can have to produce symptoms of rust test. If not with 30, it will produce with 200, but they are bound to give the symptoms of rust up. So natural morbific agents are not altering our health. Last line, do not produce diseases, underline this also, in everyone nor all the time. Okay, when it will produce disease? One, two, three, four. Fourth line, organism is sufficiently disposed and susceptible. Sufficiently disposed and susceptible. Then only this will produce the disease. Natural morbific agent. Now 32.
But it is quite otherwise with the artificial morbific agent which we term medicine. Every real medicine, namely, acts at all the time, under all circumstances, on every living human being and produce in him its peculiar symptoms distinctly perceivable if the dose be large enough so that evidently every living human organism is liable to be affected and it were inoculated with the medicinal disease at all time and absolutely unconditionally, which, as before said, is by no means the case with the natural disease.
Underline all the time, all the circumstances, every living being, all times, all circumstances, every living human beings, every living human beings, all time, unconditionally. Underline also unconditionally. So medicines are producing diseases unconditionally. Now go to aphorism number 33.
In accordance with this fact, it is undeniably shown by all experience that the
Wherever
living
Hanneman is
human
talking about experience, whenever Hanneman is talking about experience, he is giving examples, he is giving evidences. So come to footnote, where he is giving evidence of 1801 Escarlatina, where belladonna was able to not only cure but prevent the natural diseases. So that proves what? The medicine is stronger than the natural disease. Okay, just read this. Just I am telling,
first
underline 101, underline 101, sorry 1801, underline Scalatina of Sydenham, underline Conning Slutter. Conning Slutter. It was the place Hahnemann was living there. Hahnemann was living there. Conning Slutter. Underline Belladonna. Underline Belladonna. All the children who take very small doses of belladonna, unaffected by this highly infectious infantile disease. Now, last line. If the medicine can protect from a disease that is raging around, they must possess a very vastly superior power of affecting our vital force. Underline this. If medicine can prevent disease that is raging around, they must possess vastly superior power, okay, than the disease. Now, that is in aphorism number 33, Hahnemann is mentioning that may be a short question in your MCQ or short question in your theory examination. Okay. Now go to 33. In 31, what Hahnemann is saying that medicine, natural morbific agents are not acting unconditionally. In 32, Hahnemann is saying that medicines are acting as unconditionally. So it is stronger than the natural disease. Now 33.
In accordance with this fact, it is undeniably shown by all experience that the living human organism is much more disposed and has greater liability to be acted on and have its health rearranged by medicinal power than by morbific noxious agent and infectious miasm, or in other words, that the morbific noxious agent possesses a power of morbidly rearranging man's health that is subordinate and conditional, often very conditional, which list medicinal agents have absolute unconditional power greatly superior to the former.
Okay, just underline infectious miasm and the last line, which is in italic. It is telling that medicines are. It is concluding the nishkarsh of that discussion, that this is the summary, that medicines are stronger than the artificial morbific agents, are stronger than the natural morbific agents. Okay, this is the summary. And underline infectious miasm. What do you mean by this infectious miasm? Any idea?
Um, this is
No.
causing.
Okay, yes, this is disease causing agent. Disease causing agent. Dynamic disease causing agent. Be it natural morbific agent, be it infectious miasm, same. It is not any other kind of miasm. Okay, not any other kind of miasm. Still, you will be asked question in your theory examination of organ. What is infectious miasm? That is very sad, very pathetic. That they are taking the literal translation of these. It is given here only to indicate the disease causing agents. Okay, not any other peculiar miasm. Just go to 138, paragraph number 38. You will see 1, 2, 3, third paragraph. Third paragraph, second last line, and you will see peculiar miasm. You will see the peculiar miasm. Got it? The third paragraph, second last line. Aphorism number
Yes,
38.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, peculiar miasm. What is peculiar miasm? Nothing, the
Peculiar
same. Disease
miasm.
producing. This is not a new miasm like acute miasm. Acute miasm has got its existence. Fixed miasm, acute miasms, recurring and non-recurring, all are the acute miasms. We are recognizing them. This peculiar miasm is referring to the producing mumps producing agent. Okay, mumps producing dynamic power. Okay, this peculiar miasm is referring to that. That infectious miasm is referring to that infectious disease producing power. Okay, miasm to Hahnemann and his followers mean disease producing power only. Okay, miasm meaning, by miasm we mean only dynamic disease producing power. Okay, nothing else. We don't want to go in detail. What is peculiar miasm? They ask you question, and that is very pathetic, that they are asking the literal meaning of this. Okay, this is nothing new. And if you encounter such question, you have to write it. Anyway, write it. I have Hahnemann uses this term in this aphorism. Ek line finish. Hahnemann, our master Christian Friedrich Samuel Hahnemann, have uses in his Organon of Medicine in the 5th edition. This 3-4 line completed. Next in aphorism number is next line complete in context to this is this and that. 5 लाइन का नंबर 5 नंबर का आ गया क्वेश्चन, हो गया. इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं लिखना होता है. दिस इज नथिंग न्यू. Peculiar miasm, infectious miasms are nothing, no new miasm. Okay, same thing, and that is a part of theoretic organon. Okay, go to 34.
The greater strength of the artificial disease producible by medicines is, however, not the sole cause of their power to cure natural disease. In order that they may effect a cure, it is before all things requisite that they should be capable of producing in a human body an artificial disease as similar as possible to the disease to be
Okay, we
cured.
have already
Which
discussed it. That two things are needed for medicine to be cured. That two things are needed. That affections should be similar. Affection should be similar, and next should be stronger.
stronger,
These two things. Affection should be similar. Affection should be stronger.
stronger.
Okay. Hmm. Underline this. An artificial disease as similar as possible. And first line, greatest strength of the artificial disease is not the sole cause of their power to cure, but their power to cure lies in foremost in the similar of their nature. And even if sometime you will get that even if you are giving similar medicine, it's not acting. You have to raise the potency. You you have to raise the power of the dose, the power of the drug. Okay, go on.
Yes, sir. Which, with somewhat increased power, transformed to a very similar morbid state, the instinctive life principle, which in itself is incapable of any reflection or act as of a memory, it not only obscured but extinguished and thereby inhaled the arrangement caused by the natural disease in sixth edition.
This is all.
In order
This is again the modus operandi. This was again the modus operandi. Now go on reading next.
in order by means of this similarity conjoined with its somewhat greater strength to substitute themselves for a natural morbific affection and thereby deprive the latter of all influence upon the vital force. This is so true that no previously extinguishing disease can be cured even by nature herself by the accession of a new dissimilar disease, be it ever so strong, and just as little can it be cured by medical treatment with drugs which are incapable of producing a similar morbid condition in the healthy body.
In nature, we are also finding that nature cannot cure a disease which is with another disease which is dissimilar in it. Okay. In nature, we are finding this condition. This will be discussed in the later aphorisms. Underline this: no previously, from no previously to ever so strong. No previously to ever so strong, and same thing will happen with the allopathic drug also. In aphorism number 35, three conditions. This is aphorism number 39 is the bhumika aphorism for the rest of the aphorism which are coming, preamble to that aphorisms. Aphorism number 35, you will get three different cases. Underline that. Three different cases. Underline. And underline when two dissimilar natural disease meet together in one person. Underline this also. Underline three different cases when two dissimilar natural diseases meet together in one person. Okay. So we will continue from here onward tomorrow. Now, if you have any question, you can ask. We are concluding our class for today.
Sir,
So
mother tincture is also based on law of Similia, no?
yes, mother tincture is also based on law of Similia.
Okay, sir.
And what next? You are giving what you are following. You are if you are giving mother tincture, what you are following? You are following law of similar on the law of similia. Okay, and what
Yes, sir.
you are following next? You are not following the law of doctrine of dynamization. To some extent, some people are saying that this mother tincture is the first potency. It is also to some extent diluted or potentized. Correct? So you are
Yes,
not
sir.
follow. You are to some extent you are following the doctrine of dynamization. You are not following the doctrine of minimum doses, the law of minimum doses. Okay, you may follow the law of single within. Okay, what Hahnemann was initially doing, he was giving belladonna in tincture. Okay, and why he started to give belladonna in potentized form? Why he didn't give this in crude form? He was using medicines in crude form initially. So we have to learn from experiences of other, that when we are सपोज एक तुमको एग्जांपल देते हैं, जैसे अगर हर बच्चे को आग को पकड़ के ही, आग का गोला रखा हुआ है और आग को पकड़ के ही जानना है कि ये गर्म है, तो दुनिया का हर आदमी का हाथ जला हुआ रहेगा, है ना? He goes
Yes,
on
sir.
experiment and see that this fire is hot, I should not go there. But अकलमंद कौन है? Who is clever? Who is learning from that experience? People are saying that this is fire and this will harm you and I will not go. Okay, so हमको क्या करना है? We have to learn from others experience. Animan have already done experience with the mother tincture and he has come to acknowledge that this is not means not fast as the potentized medicines are. It sometimes use a violent aggravation in the patient. It is crude form. Okay, but somewhere mother tinctures are needed because of the low vitality, low susceptibility. We are giving mother tinctures. That too, when we are giving mother tinctures, we are diluting it in half cup of water, 15 to 10 drops. Okay, and asking the patient to dilute it and stir it. Okay, so to some extent it is, the power is raised, means the dynamization is gained to some extent. This is the way to give mother tincture. We are not giving the crude drugs. We are at least giving the mother tincture, which is already diluted. Next, we are asking our patient to dilute it further with a half cup of water and stir it well. So we are getting some sort of potency. Okay, and that is effective. We are giving mother tincture. Mother tincture is not disallowed in homeopathy. Yes, we can give because it is also following the law of similar. There was a physician called R.T. Cooper. Have you heard about him?
No, sir.
R.T. Cooper. Cooper. He was a friend of Barnett and Clark, and there was a Cooper club of that physician. R.T. Cooper. You will read about him in Clark's Materia Medica, and we will get an ample reference of him in M.L. Tyler's Materia Medica. R.T. Cooper. What he was giving the tincture in single dose. Okay, and he experimented with the mother tincture. So mother tincture are very much allowed in homeopathy. You can give your mother tincture, but try to learn from others' experience that mother tincture are maybe not act, will not act as fast as the potentized medicines are working. But sometimes we are giving mother tinctures in some pathological cases, in some cases where the susceptibility is very low. So we are giving. Okay. R.T. Cooper have worked on it and he used to give the mother tinctures in single doses. He was friend of J.H. Clark and Barnett and he founded Cooper's Club. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you for giving your
Thank you,
attention.
sir.
For one hour. You're most welcome.